So my study sessions in tactics have been profitable. I can definitely see improvements in most areas of my results, the speed in which I see the solutions, and so forth. And I've been pretty much dedicating myself to the chess-based tactics web app, as you've seen in my previous Study Chess with Me videos. However, it's not the only way to study tactics, and I'm not even suggesting it's necessarily the best. There are many great trainers who have their own methods, some which overlap with each other, of course, and some which do not. One of these tools that ChessBase offers, and they're not the only one, just to be clear, happens to be what they call the Sprint tactics set. I believe that there is another site. I'm not sure if it's chess.com, it could be, or maybe Chess Tempo, that offers what they call Puzzle Rush. And the idea is probably the same. Basically, you're given a few minutes in which to solve as many problems as possible. Some of them ridiculously easy, like maiden ones, one after the other, very different, and others with more complicated solutions which require more moves. In the case of the chess-based sprint tactics, basically you start with 4 minutes, exactly 4 minutes, and you're given 3 lives and 5 hints. Now, the hints are pretty much self-explanatory, but what the heck is 3 lives? So it goes like this. Every time you make an actual mistake, you lose a life. So if I have a maiden 2, for example, maiden 1 is kind of difficult, obviously. If I have a maiden 2 and I get the first move right or the second move wrong or vice versa, I lose a life. It doesn't get discounted in your time, but if you run out of lives, your time is up. It doesn't matter if you still have 3 minutes left, it's game over. So you cannot sit there just clicking everything possible and just hope for a high score because it's never going to happen. And every time you get a right move, and especially a right solution, you get a few more seconds. And at some stage, I don't know how it works exactly, you're going to also be getting more lives, more opportunities to make a mistake, let's say, So the 4 minutes can actually extend to a lot more than 4 minutes. It doesn't sound like much if you're getting a couple of seconds or something, but believe me, it really makes a difference. I timed myself the other day in which I ran a set, and I got as many as 130 correct solutions. However, I was using a stopwatch because I'd noticed the time had been going way over 4 minutes. And it told me that I had actually spent a good 21 minutes on it. So, and I did finish up with a life left or something. But I've actually made a few mistakes in the past where I didn't get my full time because I made one mistake too many in my rush to try to get as many as possible. I mean, that's the problem. It's not that the solutions are difficult. It's because you're trying to run against the clock and you're hoping to just, take a shortcut. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So let me show you how it works. I'm going to run a set now of these sprints tactics. You are entreated to join me. I will be running it though with very few or if no comments at all because frankly it's so fast you don't have a lot of time. If I sit there talking all about my moves, and we're talking maiden ones many times, then yeah, I'm not going to be doing anything very impressive. So let's take a look at it. And it's a fun challenge. It works also really well on the phone, I have to point out. I tried it on my phone and yeah, it looks really fine. You have it. I bring my phone pretty close because I'm half blind without my glasses. And yeah, I mean, with the touch screen and everything, it goes pretty fast as well. There's a little bit of flickering, honestly, but yeah, it's a web app, so it's not a big deal. And I was also able to achieve a pretty high score. One of the things, of course, with the phone is that even though you're not using your, let's say, your typical mouse, you do have the benefit of a much smaller screen. So the travel time between one tap and the other is much shorter. So it makes up for it and somewhat. All right, let's take a look at this and see what we have here. So this is the main page of the chess-based tactics web app. And you're given basically 3 options. The first here is the click to solve tactics, which is basically the normal suite that I've recorded in the past and that I've been using as my main training tool. On the right side, though, we can see now the tactics sprint. And the tactic sprint is basically as I described. So let's go straight to it and see how that works. Okay, so here we have my 4 minutes going down. Let's make it quick. When you start out, you're basically getting made in ones, one after the other, but it doesn't last long. So enjoy it while you can. So it's white to move. It's good to get them right because I've gotten them wrong in the past. And started searching, trying to move a black piece when it was white to move, and I thought, oh, I wasted time on such a silly thing. Pointed out, though, there is a real benefit to actually getting the right solution. So it's worth spending that extra little bit of time. Sometimes it makes you play out the moves. Don't worry about so much about the time because I've sometimes found myself with 3 seconds left, and a few seconds and a few solutions later, I was up to 30 seconds and able to extend my run. happens. Self-recrimination, that's for sure. So yeah, we're going down to a few seconds and we're already back to 30. Life left. Let's try not to screw Okay, so as you can see, it's a race at the clock and a race to get them right. That wasn't an obvious 2-second solution in any case. I figured I would be just very happy to keep my extra piece. But apparently we have to be more ambitious. Quick summary of this last position, in case you're wondering what's the special idea of Queen A4. And frankly, I'm sure I would never have seen it in this very short, ultra fast solving exercise. After Queen A4, and frankly, this is not an obvious continuation, if B takes C6, then Bishop A5 will win. It's a mate. And if Queen takes C6, and that's where it gets really tricky, you have Bishop B5, Queen B6, only move to not immediately lose your queen, Bishop C5, and yeah, now you lose your queen because you have nowhere else to go. And that's really the key. Special. Really not obvious. In any case,